What's up, everybody? It's your boy True Element 78 in the building with.
Your reigning and defending Mondo Lucha Hall of Famer, the X-Man, Xavier Mustafa.
And I am the natural Chris Black.
And today is October 27th, 2019, and you're tuned into our predictions episode of Saturday Night Slamcasters, where we're going to give our predictions for Crown Jewel Part Duel, taking place in Saudi Arabia on Thursday at 1 p.m. on the WWE Network. I guess that's going to be noon for us over here in the Midwest. I just want to kick things off since we were unable to give you guys our thoughts on SmackDown. We'll give you like a quick 5-minute recap of what happened on SmackDown and our thoughts on the show. Cain Velasquez got his first F5. Dominique got beat up. Rey Mysterio got tossed into a wall. We had Team Hogan and Team Flair, those who were allowed to be on SmackDown, had a 6-man match. Actually, Sami Zayn wasn't allowed to be a part of the match and was replaced by Cesaro. So you ended up having Ali, Roman Reigns, and Shorty G defeating Cesaro, Shinsuke Nakamura, and King Corbin. What else did we have? We had Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode defeat the New Day. Kofi Kingston ate the pinfall. He continues his descent since losing the WWE Championship. Lacey Evans won a squash match against a chick named Cameron Connors. And Bray Wyatt rebuilt the Firefly Funhouse and had a very lackluster segment on SmackDown. And then we also had Kalisto defeat Drew Gulak. So Drew Gulak is continuing his descent since losing the 205 title or the Cruiserweight Championship. And Nikki Cross beat up Mandy Rose. That is a recap of SmackDown. What do you guys think of the show?
Trash. The only thing that was worth even talking about was the whole Brock Lesnar segment. The first one where it was obvious he had Dominic on the ground when he was cutting his promo in the back. And then when he attacked him in the back and he gave an F5 to Rey Mysterio, and everyone said that was reminiscent of Kevin Nash lawn darting him onto the production truck. And then you had him F5 King Velasquez, which stuff like that makes me interested in seeing the match, but then I remember who's in it. So when Brock Lesnar shows up, he really shows up. I'll say that.
I just thought that the scene was just funny. He just left 3 men lying in waste, and nobody was back there to do anything about it. Xavier Mustafa, you're quite silent over there.
The whole show was meh to me. Only thing that I can remember from the show vividly is Chad Gable's new gear, which I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Oh, God. Have the mighty have fallen. You know, when Shorty G first got signed to WB, he was probably thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be like another Kurt Angle. And look at you now.
It's like with him, they're just trying to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
No, I don't even think they're trying to throw anything at the wall and sticks. He was more over before they gave him the name Shorty G. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get right into Crown Jewel. Give these guys our previews and we can get the hell up out of here. All right, so I believe we have an 8-match card. I'll start from the top of the card. We're going to have Brock Lesnar taking on Cain Velasquez for the WWE Championship. We got Braun Strowman taking on Tyson Fury. Seth Rollins taking on Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship in a Falls Count Anywhere match that cannot be stopped for any reason. You got to throw that tagline out there, you know. Then we got a tag team, the world's largest tag team turmoil World Cup best tag team in the world match, which is going to have the New Day, the Viking Raiders, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, the Revival, the OC, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, and the B Team are going to be in that tournament. Then we're going to have Team Flair versus Team Hogan. We're going to have a 20-man battle royale with the winner to receive a title shot against AJ Styles at some point during the show. And then we got Mansoor taking on Cesaro, and that's where we're going to start. Mansoor hasn't really been seen too much on WWE television since Saudi Arabia last year, but he's going to be taking on the Swiss Cyborg here on the show. Who is your pick, Chris Black?
I am going to go with Mansoor because there's no reason to not put him over in the hometown. And that's what Cesaro does best, is put people over.
This is WWE though. He can't win in his hometown. That is malarkey.
It's
Yeah,
also
but
Saudi
his
Arabia
hometown,
too.
He's in his home country. He's got to win.
It's also
yeah,
Saudi Arabia
his
too,
home
so they
country is
might.
paying billions.
It's Saudi Arabia too, so Vince McMahon might get his head chopped off if the hometown guy doesn't go over.
No, Cesaro might get his head chopped off. It's still real to them, damn it.
Or Vince McMahon might
Right?
come up listening. They'll be like, "Oh, last time we seen Vince McMahon, he went to the arena, and you know how they do it there."
So I'm picking Mansoor. It sounds like we're all in agreement. Mansoor defeats Cesaro. Next up, we got a 20-man battle royale. I don't know who's in this match. I don't know if that's listed on WWE.com. If one of you guys want to look that up, and then we can come back to it. Next up, we got Team Flair taking on Team Hogan. Team Flair consists of Randy Orton, King Corbin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre, while Team Hogan consists of Roman Reigns, Rusev, Ali, Shorty G, and Ricochet. My pick is going to be Team Flair, and I think Bobby Lashley is going to pin Rusev as the final person. Actually, I think it's a single fall elimination match. I don't even think it's not even a Survivor Series style match. So it's a one fall. It ends the whole match. So I say Bobby Lashley pins Rusev. Why not? He's already on top of his wife. He might as well go ahead and make go for all the marbles.
I'm gonna have to agree. I think that Team Flair is gonna go over. If this was going to be a elimination match, I would go with Team Hogan because Roman Reigns, no reason to put him not to put him over. So, but since it is one fall, Shorty G can take that L. Ali, Rusev is probably, like you said, it's probably gonna be Rusev. Bobby Lashley will probably pin Rusev so they can extend that storyline.
I'm going to ditto that because I don't know, either him or Shorty G is going to take that L.
All right.
But I don't see Team Hogan winning in any way, shape, or form.
All right. Then we got the Tag Team Turmoil World Cup Best Tag Team in the World match. I named all the teams that are in it. We saw New Day lose. Best Tag Team in the World. Saudi Arabia. We give it to Dolph Ziggler. Give it to Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode.
I'm actually gonna give it to the Viking Raiders.
I think I'm going to agree with you, Chris Black, on this one, the Viking Raiders.
All right. Next up, we got Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And the match cannot be stopped for any reason.
I could tell you who's losing that one. The fans.
Look, they said that the match can't be stopped. Okay, it's going to end in a draw. It's going to be a double knockout. Seth Rollins retains.
Now they're going to fight out of the arena onto a plane all the way back in the States. And then they're going to finish it up on Raw.
They're going to fight in the international waters. They're going to fight. They're going to end up on the Chris Jericho's cruise. That's how long. Bray Wyatt isn't winning. We know that. He's on SmackDown. He's a SmackDown guy. They're not going to have two belts. Well, actually, you know what? I just realized before they were listing it as The Fiend versus Seth Rollins. This time they're saying Bray Wyatt. We haven't seen The Fiend since he attacked Seth Rollins on SmackDown when they did their debut.
Do you think Seth want that kind of smoke? If Bray Wyatt comes out, he's Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt, and Seth beats the shit out of him.
I see it. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt. I think it's going to be a bait and switch.
I hope that happens. I really do.
He comes out to his old music and everything.
I might be interested in this feud if they do that.
Oh my goodness! Hey, that'd be the ultimate troll. I'll be like,
Dude.
whoever decided that, that would be the ultimate troll.
Yes, it's right there, clear as day. Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt.
Ah, you just looked it up too?
Yep.
Yeah, last time they were advertising it as The Fiend versus Seth Rollins.
Very interesting.
I might have just figured out they're out.
Right. Yeah, people were
Oh,
trying to read into the Firefly Funhouse. I thought it was just terrible.
Actually, you know what? I just went to WWE.com and it does say The Fiend Bray Wyatt. So,
Oh, well. Okay.
yeah. I thought I had figured them out. I just had to double check. Glad I
Still,
did.
it's still a good prediction.
Right. It's a safe prediction. I'll put it like that.
Right.
An extremely safe prediction. I'm trying to.
Makes sense. The Fiend doesn't lose technically, so
All right. I'm trying to see if they have listed the 20 superstars in this battle royale, but they don't. So, all right.
well, who would you like to see against AJ Styles? Who would you like to see against AJ Styles?
Cedric Alexander
Okay. I think
or Aleister
it's
Black.
going to.
Aleister Black is going
I
to
think
win.
it's going to be Aleister Black. I definitely think it's going to be Aleister Black.
I would like that. I would like Aleister Black.
Yeah,
That will be an amazing match.
it's gonna be Aleister Black. I'm calling that. Then next,
Maybe that for Survivor Series.
possibly. Are they both on Raw?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be Aleister Black then. Next up, we got Braun Strowman taking on Tyson Fury in a match that nobody was asking for. But do you think this is gonna be better than Keith Lee versus Donovan Dijakovic?
Everything's better than that.
Uh, this match. Okay, so
Braun Strowman's not winning. There's no reason to even
no,
discuss.
he's not. No, he's not. I'm hoping that Tyson Fury surprises some people. I heard that he has been training in the performance center, so he's taking it seriously somewhat. So hopefully, um, he won't be a total. They won't take a big giant shit in the ring. But at the same time, if he's got a professional fight coming up, like what in the spring, they can't risk him hurting himself.
Yeah, I think this is gonna end in a no contest. I think they're gonna come to like a mutual understanding and beat the fuck out of somebody. Who knows? Maybe they fly over the SNL guys and they beat up on them.
You don't, you don't think they have Tyson sleep Strowman?
If they do that, man, I don't know what like it's one thing when they did it. It's one thing when they did it. It's one thing when they did it with Big Show, right? Big Show was pretty much already past his prime, like towards the end of his rope or whatever in WWE. Braun Strowman is still a young guy. If they've already neutered the monster, and then they started kind of building him back up in the feud with Bobby Lashley, and then he's been pretty much silent ever since then. If they just allow somebody that's not even a wrestler to just go over him with anything less than like a legit knockout, like unless Tyson Fury hits him like Brock Lesnar hit him when they had their first match, I'm not interested in seeing Tyson Fury go over Braun Strowman. So if there's gonna be any fuck finish, this should be the match that has the fuck finish of a no contest.
Damn. Damn. I'm like, Braun, you already signed that extended contract.
So,
But no, there's no way Braun is winning.
Xavier Mustafa.
Yeah, I could care less about this match. I don't care who wins or who loses this. To be honest, if I have to pick one, I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman, just because I'm tired of these people that these two sport athletes and they just want to come in and just be the man in sports entertainment. But they'll probably let the other guy go over. But I want Braun to win. But if the match doesn't happen, I won't be sad about it.
All right. And then finally, we got Brock Lesnar taking on Cain Velasquez for the WWE Championship. Kane's not winning that damn belt.
Nope. I don't know how. Do you, I don't want to see Brock do something dirty.
I can see this also ending in a no contest. I can just see this looking like a Vince Russo show. It's going to be all dusty finishes all over the place. It's not going to be an actual ending. Cain Velasquez loses it. Forget that you can't throw close hand punches and pummels Brock. Gets himself disqualified.
I'm just going to say it now. Which was going to be the worst match? Brock Lesnar's match or Braun Strowman's
Braun
match?
Strowman's match.
Mm.
Because what I would actually like to see is maybe they let Cain Velasquez do to Brock what Brock did to Randy Orton, and they have to stop the match. They got to call the match.
Oh. But if they stop the match, Kane gets the title.
I think WWE has used their "let's just stop the match" card a little bit too many times.
Doesn't hold up. That's a good question because it's professional wrestling. Would the title change hands in a knockout?
Yes.
It's WWE. Would the title change hands in a knockout?
Oh, probably not.
Like, it's one thing to be in a submission and you faint and you didn't tap out. It's another to just get your ass knocked the fuck out or the ref throws up the X.
Well, no, because think about it. When Bret Hart lost to Bob Backlund when his mom threw in the towel. Well, that was a towel match. Never mind.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is a no contest, a knockout, a TKO, and I guess getting choked out would be a TKO.
Under what circumstances can Cain Velasquez win the match, but then they're like, "Sorry, you don't get the title"?
How did that match end when Lex Luger won the match, but he didn't win the title? It was a disqualification, wasn't it? When he got paraded around after I think he beat Yokozuna.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the ending of that match was.
All I know is people shouldn't have thought that he won the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they might have to do some, like you said, just, I don't know, something where a double pin. There's two refs.
You know what?
One ref counts.
You know what? We're just overthinking this. Rey Mysterio comes out and gets caught trying to help Cain Velasquez cheat, or Dominique comes out and blasts Brock Lesnar with a steel chair, and he just gets beat up by all the Mexicans.
I think Dominic comes out, he puts Brock Lesnar in the F5.
Maybe
that would really be Bizarro World.
Maybe you are the Russo of the podcast.
F5 from Dominic.
Good God Almighty, he is broken in half.
You know what? If Dominic F5's Brock Lesnar, I'm hanging up the boots.
You hear that, RCCW? You cancel his one booking he got left for the year.
You heard it here, folks. I am going to hang up the boots if Dominic comes in and F5's Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Watch it happen now.
But other than that, that has been our Crown Jewel prediction show. Be sure to check out Crown Jewel. Depending on how fire it is, we might do a review of it. But we got SmackDown the following day, so I wouldn't bank on that. So other than that, you guys want to give out your social medias real quick?
You can catch me on Xavier Mustafa on Facebook and on Twitter.
You can catch me at E_natural_CB on Twitter and at The Natural Chris Black on Facebook and Instagram.
Are you going to be live tweeting or Facebooking or anything like that during the show? Or are you going to be at the 9 to 5?
I'll be at the 9 to 5. I can still kind of like peek away and watch it, but I don't know if I'll be able to live tweet it. I may live tweet it. Otherwise, Hell, I don't know. I might experiment with Facebook Live and maybe go live later on that night to do a quick little review. I don't know.
All
I
right.
haven't decided yet.
uh, True Element 78 will be giving updates on our Facebook page. I may make my way over to Twitter, but I'm much more active over on Facebook. So you can check out the Slamcasters Facebook page for all that information. And while I'm mentioning that, be sure to follow us on all of our social medias. You can search for Saturday Night Slamcasters or hashtag Come Get Slammed. Also, be sure to find our podcast over on iTunes or Spotify or iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcast from. Other than that, you've been tuned in to Saturday Night Slamcasters. We'll, we'll holla at you guys, holla at your boys. We up out of here. Peace. Come get slammed.